We start with Sefer Chofetz Chaim, and we continue the list of 7 conditions. So let's just remind ourselves what was these conditions. So first, one fact or hearsay. So we need to know for sure that's what happens, and we have happened, and we have to verify everything. So 7 conditions for tell us when we are allowed to speak. Condition number 2, thorough understanding, meaning that we understand the history of what is going on between these two people. Condition number 3, when rebuke is in order, meaning if we actually can stop that person by rebuking. So that's what we must do. Okay, and number 4 is accuracy. Okay, so let's see. So it's 7. The LS 7 conditions. Okay, number 4. As with Lashon Hara, one may not exaggerate Halachos, even for a constructive purpose. If a person's harmed or is planning to harm someone else and the victim must be informed. One may not give him an exaggerated account on what transpired or about to occur. This applies even if person being warned does not take the danger of the situation seriously. Furthermore, one may relate only as much information as necessary for the purpose to be accomplished. To relate any additional information would be transgression of prohibition of Halachos. So as we see, it's a very thin balanced. Or what we can say, what we cannot say. So again, it's for sure, it's for a constructive purpose. So we're trying to warn somebody. So again, from the beginning, we're going to explain. As with Lashon Hara, one may not exaggerate Halachos. So meaning whatever you know, whatever was said, you can say over, but no more, right? Or even for even constructive purpose, right? If a person is harmed or is planning to harm someone else, and the victim must be informed, one may not give him exaggerated account what transpired or is about to occur. So meaning, if that's what you heard, you have to say over. So, and even as it says, if a person does not take it seriously, okay, it's his business. Does not mean that you're allowed to lie and exaggerate. Okay. And furthermore, one may relate only as much information is necessary for the purpose to be accomplished. So meaning, if one example is enough, 2 examples is enough, so don't tell them 57 examples, right? So that's it. So so 2 is enough to get your point across, so even 1 is enough, but all others examples are going to be 100% Halachos, which is forbidden. Okay, we stop here. So let me quickly see if we have any questions. That's what I asked today. So a question about Halachos. Understanding the teaching of the 4th condition. So 4th condition meaning not to exaggerate, right? In simple words. And sometimes like we have to understand when we exaggerate, like to impress the other person, it could be not forget about Halachos, forget about Lashon Hara. It could be motzi shemra, like slandering, like saying something that is not true. So you have to be very careful. Again, as he said, the other said like if a person does not want to take you seriously, okay, I mean your job is to deliver the message, and they can do whatever they do. You understand? So I mean, okay, so understand the teaching of the 4th condition. Should we give the maximum number of details, such as other individual involved, and how these added relevant details for the current situation that proves that Halachos issue in the first place? Because the other parallel situations with the person, with the person that caused Halachos also added more little details to the situation. Also, in the case of a woman who needs to speak about particular situation because of her sixth sense, connect many of the of the details. I love this question. Action and reaction in the issued situation. Okay, that's an amazing question. So let's start from the beginning. So on some, there are three questions. So on some yes, some no. It's not so simple. Okay, from the beginning. So again, we're talking about a situation exaggerating, right? Exaggerating meaning we said in that halacha, if two facts is enough, so don't say the fact number three. If that was like whatever you gave the information, whatever happened, and it's person was not impressed, so you're not allowed to add things. So that's a basic idea. So now the question: should we give the maximum number of details, such as other individuals involved, and how this added relevant details for the current situation that provide the Hilus issue in the first place? I mean. If one example is enough, so one example should be it, right? But if in order to get your point across, you need to connect all of the pieces together. So that's a little different issue. So if you feel without like all of the other details, it's not the story is not going to be understood correctly. Yes, you can add, but otherwise, in most of the cases, it's not true. Like. All the descriptions you can skip. Okay. So in parentheses it says because the other parallel situations with the person that caused the hills also added little details to the situation. I mean, when you repeat the story, so that other person added. So if person sinned, so it does not mean that we can repeat their sin. So we have to see. Meaning to give the minimum required amount of information. So if you see that the person got it, he or she listening attentively, and they're going to take all the preventive measures. That's it. So don't add, don't put more oil to the fire. As there is such a thing as oversell. When the buyer is already agreed to buy, and the seller continue talking, and sometimes buyers are stop it, I don't need that, that's too much, right? So you do your part, the minimum, and that's it. Also, in case of a woman who needs to speak about a particular situation, because of her sixth sense connect many details, action to the heals in issued situation. So we have to all of this last part, and it is true that she can say her mind, right? How what she think is exactly connected, but she must be very, very clear. That's not what I heard, right? That's not what it says, but that's how I see it. I perceive it. Maybe true, maybe not true. I didn't check. I did not I don't know, but it seems to me. So it's must be you have to repeat several times. It seems to me. I think all this expression that to show the person. So whatever I said before, those are facts, and now it's my ideas, right? So take it. So now it's my ideas. Take it right for what it's worth. That's it. So it must be very, very clear that it's our own ideas, and otherwise, yes, you can add. The thing, because many people just hear this story and they do not know what to learn from this story. So or how does it apply to them? So sometimes you have to see and you have to explain. Just for you adding more details does not help, right, to the story. So maybe you have to draw some conclusions for these people, right? So okay, next one. Shalom Kadarav, a question about Rehilus, about ourselves. Is it proper for the employee to inform of some environmental condition necessary for her good performance at work? For example, silence, not working under pressure, receive gentle feedback, even if it is criticism, but not in a nasty way, since your performance will be seriously prejudiced, or this would be Lashon Hara over yourselves. So it's not exactly Rehilus. So Rehilus is more that somebody told us about somebody else, right? So like somebody tells me what other person told this person in my absence. That's Rehilus. But in this case, I would think it would be like it's more like Lashon Hara, right? So Lashon Hara is meaning that the person speaks about his or her deficiencies. Okay, but I don't see deficiencies here. So one more time, a question about let's say Lashon Hara about ourselves. Is it proper for an employee to inform of some environmental condition necessary for her good performance at work? I don't think there is any connection with Rehilus or Lashon Hara. It's just stating all the facts. So it's too loud here, right? People are cursing, for example. We had one guy, and he was working. I'm not sure what profession he was about, but in some office, and he said everybody cursing, like it's a culture there. I mean, he's a younger fellow, mid-20s, I think. I don't know, like younger fellow, and he said everybody's cursing. He said, how is it possible? So I told him, can you change the work? And he said, no, this, whatever, that doesn't matter. Okay, so I told him, you can wear headphones, make it very loud. I mean, sometimes they together, sometimes they spread out, whatever the thing is. So okay, you wear headphones, and that's it, right? So it's not right. So in this case, yeah, it's absolutely normal to go to the boss. Maybe they'll do it in writing even, right? And says that I cannot work. I love the company. I love this. So I always start with good, and then say, look, but this environment, like working environments, people do not care. They listen. Like in my office, I remember this obnoxious people. It's like you wanna come and just smug them very hard. So after some time, we had a new president, and he cut the cubicles. So before that, it was like this high cubicle wall, right? So you sit in front of your computer, nobody sees you. Okay, no problem. Of course, there is no wall, like there is no doors. You like technically you hear what's going on. But now this, he said, break the silo. And this guy, in one night, they cut all of the walls. All of the walls. So now the wall is like this thick. Okay, between my desk and then like you see everything that is going on. And some people, even in that, they put like somebody, client or whatever, on a speakerphone. Like it's not normal. Like it's so bothers everybody. Of course, there is like usually important people that other people were afraid to say something. Right, but I would never ever. I mean, maybe it was if after hours when there is nobody else in the office, or it's early hours I would not bother somebody. Some other people like very far away, they would not hear. So I had like a headset. That's it. So that's how you talk. Right. So and some people obnoxious. But I told a few people, like he's a big boss, and I came over. I apologize. I said, I'm also in a conference call and I cannot hear them. And he said, okay, I'm sorry. And then he did a little lower and then raised up again. So, and I cannot hear. They ask me a question and I have to repeat 3 times. And people like on a conference call say like, who is this person? Like, why he's I said, look, it's my coworker, so let me go again. Again, I went and asked nicely. I said, please, I have to participate in my country. He said whatever he said, lower a little, and say I'm sorry. Or he picked up, right? And then again I went to this. There are people like that. You understand? So, but we have to tell the boss that I cannot work in this environment. That's it. So please, make sure there is silence, please, because it affects my performance. Not working under the pressure. So some people like to work under the pressure. Some people do not like, and they're not productive, right? Some people only productive when they work under pressure. Okay. Okay. So, right, receive gentle feedback. I mean, of course, it's normal to say all of the things, and yeah, we can see how the person react, right? So, but not in a nasty way. I mean, there is no point. So you can always say that this nasty fit it's not working out. It's only like create resentment. Period. So if you want, for me, like if you decided to be such a big manager, right? And of course, I mean you don't say like this, but in nice words. So we have to have everybody's different. Everybody needs a special approach, right, from the manager. That's the job of the manager, to know how to talk to different people. Or to one you have to to apply pressure. To others say no, please take your time, stuff like that, because you know that this person is self-motivated. You don't need extra pressure. Extra pressure is going to ruin everything, right? So explain the no nasty things, like in nicer words. So I understand from the first time. You don't have to yell just because you speak like loud and slower. Like I heard it from the first time. I understand. So like don't be like a baby, right? Don't say that. Okay, send the performance seriously to. Okay, so it's not going to be Lashon Hara, because it's not deficiency. Only some people can learn can do the work in that situation. So I've been working in this environment. Like some people like two bosses on a speakerphone. He's in office, in the office, but he of course he does not want to close the door. How he's going to get a fresh air or something. And very loud. Okay, so I know these individuals, but me personally, I could not concentrate. It's too much distraction. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's absolutely normal to tell them in nice words. Try to read and with very respectful, but also you must understand that these obnoxious people, some of them would not understand. So they would reject and they will laugh at it, but it's their own business. So, but we have to tell them that it's not right. So we don't agree. Okay. Thank you, Rav. Could this general situation, so it's about silence, general situation could include also the use of groups in social media, like WhatsApp, where there is a big group of people that is uncomfortable to speak to speak right long statements in such a kinds of group. Also, this kind of group could lead to Ein Hara. Okay, let me understand it correctly. So first I thought like in my mind it was like in the office people are loud. Okay, obnoxious. Okay. Could this general situation include also the use of group in social media? I mean, in social media, I guess when people can talk, like everybody can post, like WhatsApp, where there is a big group of people. Okay, there is that is uncomfortable to speak right long statements in such a kind of groups. I mean, I would say if a person is, can avoid these groups, it's better not to be there. I've been in this group for a few hours, and maybe I'm going to say in a video what happened there, but maybe not. We'll see. But it was a waste of time. All these empty people say empty things. Who needs that? You understand? So if you need it for a job, it's a different story. But people they write these short sentences, and I see in a commentary try to proofread just to read does it make sense to you whatever you said, but so long explanation is not going to work. So I mean I don't know, If it's possible not to be there, just don't be there. Okay, so they can handle without you, I guess. I mean, I'm not sure if somebody is in charge of this group, so maybe it's better to dissolve this group. Okay, so if people are aggressive and they insult each other, and now I'm part of the group and I'm quiet, so meaning I agree with all the insults. Yeah, understand? That's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. I have to protest every day, right? Or I have to take myself out of that group, out of that environment, and if I don't see that, if I'm not there, I'm not obligated to protest. It's very simple, right? But when you put yourself in that situation, that's the problem. Okay, so I think we finished these questions.